Okay. Let's go ahead and go in here. Yeah, we don't need that. Just edit. Should more motion. Does not contain that. Um, so gaming, entertainment. Okay. Let's move that up here. That's been pinned. Okay. One other thing I gotta do. Yeah, that's what I gotta do. Okay. So we're here. Alright. Let's actually. Or I could have just clicked there. Either or. the first thing I have to point out here is that yeah, he's definitely doubling down on the uploads, which doesn't exactly shock me with the way this seems to be working because he's putting his channel name as a tag in each one of his YouTube videos, and he's trying to drown out all this. It's not working. Keep in mind it's not working because most of it is literally just content that it has nothing to do with his own content, but to do with his excuse me, his current conduct. So far, this is like only 2 videos, and this is just the latest. So this is just like recent uploads and everything, whereas everything else is just mogging him entirely. There's absolutely nothing here outside of these 2 videos.
The best part about Russell Stover sugar-free candies: no sugar, great taste guaranteed.
As parents, we ask tough questions. What's in your mouth?
Hey, this whole week I'm going to get right to the story as quick as possible.
He's trying to get to the story as quick as possible so he doesn't seem, half dead.
My only ask is that you help spread some positivity by making sure you
Positive. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God.
leave a like on the video and leave a positive comment down in the comments. I could definitely use.
Hold on. Leave a positive Nope. 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 That picture is not getting away from me. That picture is not getting away from me. That is nope. That is remaining a amazing picture because every single time you pause on him, right? It looks like he's about to fall asleep.
Some positive vibes
That or he looks like he's mad at you.
this week, and so I'm going to take your feedback, get right into the story. Over the weekend, there was a roast.
Here's the problem. He's trying to sound like he has a lot of energy. He does not. Because in his past videos, right, he literally sounded like he had no energy. He lacked the ability to string sentences along. And now it looks like he's trying to make that not be the case by talking faster. But now it just seems like really forced and phoned in. Like you can actually tell like what's happening is affecting him. It's 100% affecting him. And I'm actually curious what the comment section is like. Pete started the trend of not funny comedians. I guess that's his legacy. How often do people... I can guarantee you this comment section is not going to remain quote-unquote positive for long unless he's actively trying to moderate it and delete or hide any comment that is critical of him, which, to be completely honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. He probably would do that. He 100% would do that. I'm just wondering what his video is even about. Because, okay, let's see.
Many of you may have seen clips from him, whether it is from Shane Gillis or Pete Davidson. Sure, it was a joke, but it was about Charlie Kirk losing his life, and I'm sure he did it just for attention, and so this is what he wants. But let's get into it. Pete Davidson drops, and there's also,
here's the funny thing though. It's called humor. Humor exists. There are tons of people like. When did Charlie Kirk die? When did he die? Quick question. When did he die? When did Charlie Kirk die? When did he die? September 10th, 2025. He's been dead since September of last year. Yet people are still treating it like here's the reality. People make fun of Michael Jackson all the time, and he's dead. There are a lot of people who are dead who get mocked and get made fun of. I don't see the difference here. I don't see the difference. But let's watch.
Also, the Shane Gillis thing too. So both of them in this video. Pete Davidson drops truly horrific Charlie Kirk joke.
Okay, Jesus Christ, just get to the point.
Quote, Tony reminds me of Charlie Kirk in that he's definitely been on camera letting a guy unload in his throat.
Realistically, though, this isn't uncommon for comedians. Okay, comedians, they use dark humor. Have you not been on YouTube and seen like the 50,000 9/11 jokes, the 9/11 memes? There's like thousands of them on YouTube. You can find them all over Reddit. This is not new. None of this is new. None of it. This is actually just stuff that happens on the internet. And most comedians use dark humor anyway because dark humor is usually the funniest, because clean humor is boring. Because the only way you're going to get a laugh and get people to actually watch your content is to actually use dark humor or humor that pushes boundaries. Which is also funny because I'm sure he would totally be for that. He would be totally for like freedom of speech and everything, but then again he goes totally against it here in this video. So it's rules for thee but not for me type situation. Again, keep in mind he passed away September 10th, 2025. There are a lot of people who are made fun of. It doesn't matter who you are. There are people who hate other people. Like, dude, trust me when I say this, dark humor is going to be a consistent staple in comedy. You know how many times in the scary movies, like, I'm not saying scary movie, the franchise, the movie, they've made fun of Michael Jackson, made fun of his, grooming / pedophile allegations in those movies. Do you know how many times they've done that in those movies? You know how many people have made fun of Donald Trump? Do you know how many people made fun of JD Vance? There's like an active meme of JD Vance. Like if JD Vance were to pass away, let's say today, right? I'm pretty sure those memes would still be circulating. 100%. I'm sure there are some people out there who even make fun of Robin Williams and his death. Like, again, this is the internet. This happens. And if I'm correct, Robin Williams, he also used dark humor in his comedy sketches. His stand-up comedy, Robin Williams had dark humor in his stand-up comedy as well. So, again, comedians use this stuff all the time. Why do you think comedies get watched so much, especially the good ones, not the crap ones, but the good ones? Why do you think comedians like, what's this guy's name again? I think, Pete Davidson. Why do you think he can pull frickin' advertising gigs for like Verizon and AT&T and I think recently Xfinity? And then also I think there was one for Alexa as well. Like, there's clearly a sign that he's relatively popular. But okay.
Davidson quipped, drawing gasps from the crowd. Moments
Was there actually gasps from the crowd? That's the question I have to ask. Was there actually gasps from the crowd? Was anyone writing this article actually there?
later, Davidson upped the ante with an even more ruthless punchline. Kill Tony, someone, just please do it. Davidson cracked, referencing Hinchcliffe's podcast. Tony, you will say, nothing you will say tonight will hurt my feelings. I was in a beef with Kanye. So, blah, 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 blah. I mean, to me, that's not a joke.
The irony is that there's something here. Kanye West spent months targeting Davidson in 2022, posting disturbing social media attacks and spreading rumors. So, but he'll cover this in, he passed away, but he won't cover that. See, this is like this is just the whole situation with Jeremy. He'll literally pretend like everything that. Okay, I'll just continue.
This is, again, though, all I can do is say, look, I don't really think that's a joke. I guess it is by definition a joke, and
yes, it is a joke. To me, what isn't a joke is you creeping on people at a Ren fair with a camera, clearly pointing at them and commenting on how they look. That's not a joke. That's just creepy. Now, was it Keith or Pete? I don't know. I think it's Pete. Pete Davidson. If you were to dig up Charlie Kirk's grave and take a picture of his dead body, yes, that would definitely be creepy and just strange, alright? But a joke is a joke. There's making a joke, and then there's also what you're doing, creeping on people in a Ren fair, claiming it's a joke when it's not. There's a major disconnect here, because you can't be walking behind people, right? Okay, so let's actually, let's do that right now. Let's do that right now. Ren fair footage, Jesus. Ren fair footage, like he's Bigfoot or something. Is this the only place? I guess this is the only place we can.
Okay, Jer.
I was hoping for the raw footage, but I'm guessing he's probably removed it.
And I'm gonna relaunch.
Look at this guy LARPing his fucking Gladiator. Like, holy.
Also, what's up with his Okay, no. This is partially due to the fact that this is a recording of a live stream that was occurring, so the quality sucks, but...
Why does it say this? It says this on it.
TTS test get woke, go broke, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, that worked. But I didn't see it come up on screen.
We saw this.
Oh, do I have to go to
This.
There it is. You can hear it really good. Okay, good.
Bro, where'd my hair go? The years have stolen it,
Something going on over here. Let's see what's going on.
Bro, every single person.
And a if I'm correct, if anyone's actually watched Sarah Spaceman, there, from what I understand, there isn't anything against having a camera at the Ren Fair. There isn't anything against recording at the Ren Fair, from what I understand, because she's literally gone there, went to the Ren Fair multiple times, Ren Fairs across the country, I even think, and she's brought her camera, recorded whole videos for her channel to upload. So if there is anything that I will, I guess, defend Jeremy on, it is the fact that him having a camera there isn't the problem. It's the way he's using the camera. Because he's literally just pointing the camera at people, commenting on how they look, being creepy about it. And then when he finally gets called out on it, he plays it off like it's some sort of joke. Which he did. He literally, in one of his videos, I think it was a live stream, on his podcast, where he quite literally played it up like it was a joke, being creepy. There's something wrong with that, right? Because having a camera isn't the problem. Pointing the camera at people, commenting on their appearance, and on top of that, you have, like, him pointing the camera at kids, too, which is also strange. It's just weird. It feels really weird, and he's commenting on how people look. It's just odd. And you know what? Here's the thing. With what happened here, and on top of that, I don't know the company that runs these Ren Fairs, but whoever ran this particular Ren Fair, and maybe other Ren Fairs that are associated with said company, he's essentially been banned from all of them. And I wouldn't be surprised if Ren Fairs in the future, and thanks to Jeremy having ruined it, would quite literally ban the use of recording equipment, like obviously cameras or anything of the such. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they decided to do that, if they straight up banned cameras from the Ren Fair as a result of what Jeremy has actually done here. I wouldn't be surprised, because okay, I'm just going to give you guys an example, and it's a perfect example of overcorrection. So I work as a test center TA, and we work with multiple vendors. Now, a lot of those vendors, when something happens in the middle of a test, or if a candidate decides to do something suspicious while taking their exam, right? It can be, pulling out answers, something like that. That's typically like, it shouldn't be expected, but it's a common occurrence when people do that, right? But when somebody tries to sneak in something like, let's say, a phone into a test center to take a test, right? They'll do anything to cheat when they're trying to take an exam. There's a particular exam that we have that used to allow bathroom breaks. It no longer allows bathroom breaks. You want to know why? Because somebody hid their smartphone in the restroom, in the ceiling rafters, the ceiling, you know how you go into the ceiling, you can lift up the ceiling and then kind of like hide something up there. You see it in movies, yada yada yada. Someone actually did that. They went into the restroom, they hid the phone up there, and what ended up happening is every time they would take a break, they'd go to the restroom, grab the phone, look up answers, and then come back and then go back to the test. So on account of doing that, the sponsor, and by extension the vendor, remove the ability to use the bathroom, the restroom, while you take that test. granted, it's not an incredibly long test. I think it's about like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Still, 2 hours is a very long time. You may end up needing to use the bathroom. But they took away the ability to use the bathroom during the exam. And what's probably going to happen here, on account of what the quartering did, the fact that he got banned, the fact that he used the camera and pointed it at people and commented on their appearance, what they're going to do, they're going to overcorrect, and this is, companies have a history of doing this. It doesn't matter what company it is. They have a history. They will literally take away the ability for people to bring in their cameras. Now, obviously, I don't know how that would be, I don't know how they would enforce that. There's just way too many people within the Ren Fair, but I'm sure they would do something, make some sort of rule that would prohibit the use of cameras or anything of the sort during the Ren Fair hours, during hours of operation. Now, it may just be the ban itself, but knowing how some companies are, they will overcorrect, because when they see something egregious happen, they will try to do everything in their power to actually make sure it never happens again. And because Jeremy's been blowing up recently online, they are probably going to overcorrect and do something incredibly draconian to prevent something like this from happening again. And you can thank Jeremy for that occurrence. If that does happen, you can thank Jeremy for that. Now, I don't know I don't know what company runs this particular Ren Fair. I'm sure there are several companies that run these across the nation, but I have absolutely no doubt that they're probably brewing up some idea to like prevent something like this from happening, especially knowing that Jeremy has reached the point where I think almost everybody knows who he is. If you go on X, like, there's always like something trending about him at this point.
Person he passes is just fucked.
Yeah.
This is like when I go to the pro wrestling and I look around and I realize I'm like, everyone's like disabled, mentally retarded, trannies, 500 fucking pound. Or fuck, last time I was there was like a 600-pound black guy on a fucking mobility scooter with an oxygen tank. And it's like, you don't want to be these people. You don't want to be around. You look and you go, oh, I'm one of these fucking people. I fit in. Like, fat piece of shit.
It's so funny.
Look at these fucks! Bro, do you not feel ashamed? Like, what are you doing?
Jer, what are you doing?
There's Jer's mirror reflection, the clown, the fucking jester. He's riveting commentary on all of this, Jer. He's documenting it.
Jer, please.
Holy fuck.
Which, recording like this isn't a problem, but much later on is when the weird, creepy stuff starts happening.
Super chats I'm missing.
No, there's not.
Jer.
I think it is crazy, because I think it goes to show just how pathetic this guy's life really is. Like, this is the highlight of his life, you know? By the way, somebody in chat is already warning him, no pedo shit, dude. So he's no, like, his defense of this is it was IRL.
Okay, I think that's much later in the video.
Yeah.
It's grime.
Oh my God, Jer.
I'm already drinking.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, no, that we know. We're aware that's what you're doing.
No, we know.
Oh wait, this is boring. This is a kid's area.
Which is also weird.
Oh my God.
Thank God. Okay.
Walking right
At
into the
least.
kids' area.
Okay. Where is the weird stuff?
Sound the fees
Okay.
and horn.
Oh, here's the mud show. Here
How
we go.
about you do that? How about you
All
do
right.
literally anything other
I
than
don't know if you're
creep
gonna
on
hear it, but it's pretty
innocent
funny.
women who are just trying to go about their lives in public, you fucking weirdo?
A cartographer?
Or understand in any way.
Oh my God, Jer.
Incoming wench.
Oh my God.
I mean, he's just following people, and he gets really close to them as well.
Wait, look at this.
What the?
And again, this is what's probably going to cause the company to overcorrect. Is even if he isn't like saying anything right now, and they know why, and obviously knowing why he was banned, they'll look at something like this, even though he may not be saying anything, he may not be like doing anything necessarily malicious, quote unquote. They'll look at this and say, wow, he's following people, he's recording them, he's doing all this stuff, we have to overcorrect and we have to ban like all like video recording equipment from the Ren Fair, or they'll do something like that. Obviously, again, don't know how they're going to enforce it, considering the fact that every smartphone is a camcorder nowadays. You don't have to have a dedicated recording equipment for it. Just whip out your smartphone. But I genuinely think he's going to ruin everything and make it more difficult for other people. By the way, why is speaking of which, and this is just kind of like a side freaking tangent, the Ren Fair near me is just crap. It just does not look as good as this. So you don't have the buildings, you don't have any of this, and I'm definitely telling you this is more than likely a dedicated ground setup for the Ren Fair specifically. Because the one that we have is at the 4-H, and then the 4-H, it's very limited, and you can definitely tell that they had they didn't rent out the entire grounds for the Ren Fair, or they just didn't feel the need to use it because they just didn't have enough stuff to fill out the grounds with. But the Ren Fair here wasn't that great. It just was not that great at all.
Oh, fuck?
He's filming this girl.
Does not overflow it, fellas.
And then watch.
Here we go. All right, you guys better thank me for this. I'm going in for the tight shot, okay?
What
the fuck?
Yep, and here's the weird stuff.
You can't. That's not normal,
that's not
Jeremy.
allowed.
Like
A tight
any
shot?
normal person that you showed this to would be fucking mortified, bro. No, you guys just don't touch grass. You don't understand. No, you don't fucking touch grass, you fucking freak. By the way, we got pigeons are cute for 10,000 kicks.
Let's go.
Saying I'll spend the rest of my living days felting Jer. Well, we all are. Fuck them.
Oh, buddy. Every breathing moment. Every breath you take. Here we go, Ash.
Right.
Bro.
You can't get that close to women.
You know what? If they saw that, they definitely would have been creeped out by that. Just some random fat guy just walking behind them with a camera or their phone, more than likely their phone, recording them. I'd be creeped out. I'm not gonna lie. There's no excuse for that. And again, with what he's doing here, they'll probably make some draconian change in the rules, restrict recording, make it only something that you can do at certain booths or certain, venues. You can't do it while walking around, the usual stuff. And again, companies will overcorrect. This isn't new. Companies will overcorrect, and because of that, it'll just make the experience worse for everyone else, because some nutcase decided to come in there, record people, get really close to people, record them, and just creepily comment on everybody and their looks.
Women like that, you fucking freak. Like, they don't consent to that, bro. By the way, you got Rainbow app for 50 subs!
Let's go! God.
He's so lucky nobody called for security or nobody took a fucking swing at him. Like,
That's that's also something that I'm kind of curious on. Like, I get it. It's the Ren Fair. People are drunk there. People are always drinking. People are always doing something really stupid or something like that. And it's not uncommon to see something like that. Like people get rowdy at a Ren Fair. It's not uncommon. But if you're recording somebody walking behind them and like moving your like here, like you're holding your phone, right? You have your phone and then you're like moving right behind them. You have your phone, the camera turned to look at them as you walk past them. That's weird. I don't know if any of them saw that. I don't know if any of them were aware of what he was doing behind them, but if they had seen him or they were, I guess, I'm going to assume most of the people here are probably inebriated, so half of them are probably just not going to care. But if they did see, they probably would have let security know and he would have been kicked out. That, or he would have been told to not record. But he was left there long enough to the point where it led to the company that runs these things to just ban him outright, so he can't go to the Ren Fair period. And considering what happened with this company, something tells me that other companies that are also running Ren Fairs, excuse me, they'll also likely do the same. Even though he may not be in their state, they'll probably like have him on the blacklist or something, you know. And it's not like that. It's not like they can't see him or recognize him because he sticks out like a sore thumb.
Like,
But look how close he is. But Ash, look at this. Does he better thank
this
me?
is like some sort of a caricature of a pervert, like Master Roshi or some shit, you know?
And again, he doesn't even know how old they are. I mean, obviously they're probably drinking, so obviously old enough. But this guy's a 40-year-old creeping on people who are probably in their 20s, maybe early 20s, and recording them. This is just weird. It's just weird.
Oh, like,
You better thank me. Thank you, Rainbow app. Holy shit, massive fucking drop.
literally fucking taking creep shots, like, and
Yes.
admitting to it. It's not like he's just walking around, okay, well, is he or isn't he? He's outright declaring his intention.
Respectful.
Play a game? Okay, I'll come back for another shot.
Oh god. Okay, so this is where it gets even worse. What they'll also probably do is they'll probably ban live streaming from there, because this is what he was doing during this particular Ren Fair. He was live streaming the entire situation. Now something tells me, I don't know where he had recorded this from or streamed it from. I don't know if it was from his original the Quartering channel. I don't know if it was from his multitudes of other channels. I don't know if it was on Rumble. But if there does exist, if it was on his actual channel, chances are he's long since deleted it, because he doesn't want to get caught knowing what happened. He doesn't want to be caught and be recognized for what he did here. Even though he's saying it's a joke, it's not a joke. You're walking behind someone with your camera creepily, right? Not even like nonchalant. Like, you're not trying to make it look natural even. You're just like walking right behind people and recording them. There's something wrong there.
Her butt's like.
What do you mean you're going back?
Yep, here we go. Here we go. This is where it gets real creepy, because this is where he starts commenting on people.
For
He's going
another
back.
shot of her butt. It wasn't
Do
enough.
you want
He's
to play
going
a
back.
game? Did you hear what he said? We're gonna play a game.
Like, here's the reality. I don't care how much he thinks this is a joke. If somebody were to have seen him do that, saw him commenting on people, recording people like this, I'm shocked no one decided to turn around and just like punch him right in the face. I don't care how tall he is. This guy sticks out like a sore thumb. He's being creepy on other people, recording people, commenting on their looks and everything. Like, how was he not kicked out? How was he not punched in the face? And considering the fact that there's a lot of people who are drunk here, I'm shocked that that did not happen.
We're gonna go as close to her butt as possible.
Hanging out. It's so weird. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Her butt's like totally hanging out.
Oh
So
my
weird.
god.
Yeah.
I don't even know
Bro.
if even.
And you know what's funny? The kids heard what he said there too. They reacted to him. They reacted to him. I think that whole family there heard exactly what he said. They all heard what he said. They all heard what he said. Again, and with what he's doing there, because when you're going to the Ren Fair, right, it's literally a family thing, right? Kind of like going to Disney World, etc. These kids react to him with his comment. She is reacting to him. They all see what he's doing. They all hear him. Everyone hears what he's saying. He's probably too drunk to realize how loud he's speaking. I mean, in my personal opinion, he should have just been kicked out right then and there. But apparently he wasn't, and he was allowed to continually walk around and just be creepy. This is where the real creepy stuff happens, because this kid here obviously heard what he said. This family here obviously heard what he said. It's not a joke. Jeremy can go ahead and claim it's a joke all he wants. It's not a joke. He got banned for a reason. He got banned for being creepy. He got banned for recording people who didn't want to be recorded. Alright? Because if I don't care, but if you're being creepy, right? Again, there's nothing wrong with having a phone or a camera out at a Ren Fair. The problem is what you're using it for, and just how strange and freaking, I guess, like creepy. Yeah, it's just creepy. Just creepy that how creepy your behavior is. You're acting like somebody. You're literally acting perverted in a Ren Fair. And again, I'm actually shocked that he wasn't kicked out earlier. I'm actually very shocked he wasn't kicked out earlier.
Beavis and Butthead would be this fucking horned up. This is crazy.
And he creepily just like has the camera like right at her. It's just weird. How was he not kicked out that day? It was probably because there was just way too many people there. But then again, he would stick out like a sore thumb because this guy's huge, right? He's tall. It wouldn't be hard, but I'm guessing that what essentially happened was you're at a Ren Fair. A lot of people are drinking there. A lot of people are probably not paying attention to what's going on around them. And considering how loud it is, you may not hear everything that's being said, but then again, he also was heard by that family there. That kid obviously reacted to him. This is what makes places like this action, like stuff like what Jeremy's doing here. This is what makes, theme parks, companies, restaurants, whatever company make draconian changes and ruin it for everybody else because someone like Jeremy came along and decided to do something just really creepy, really strange.
Oh, Ash. He's moving the gimbal camera.
And again, he's been banned, but how was he not kicked out earlier? By the way, his chat are a bunch of freaking degenerates, by the way. That's what his chat is. Absolute, a bunch of degenerates, which I'm not exactly shocked, considering the fact that Jeremy's also a drunkard.
Bro, you heard,
Oh my god, it's so obvious what you're doing, you fucking.
But you can
Some
And that also makes me wonder, why wasn't he kicked out earlier? Why wasn't he kicked out earlier? Why wasn't he kicked out earlier?
Somebody actually should have beat the fuck out of him. Listen. By the way, we got pigeons are cute for 50 so.
Here. Watch.
The heavy breathing. No, you hear it. You
That is.
actually, you're right.
See, did I look casual?
No, you did not. It didn't look casual at all. I'm pretty sure everyone saw what you were trying to do. Because you don't, like, turn your camera to that direction of those people and expect people not to see what you're trying to, like, get into focus there. It just felt weird.
Circle around.
Look at this guy in this chat.
No, you did not look casual. Oh my god.
Even his chat's like, what the fuck, Mike?
This person saying stay on target? Like that. Bro, like, does this guy have
His chat are a bunch of weirdos, too.
his dick in his hand or something
Oh, no,
watching
he's
this?
going
Like,
back. He's going back.
don't, no, stop. Somebody
And this is what got him banned.
needs to say
All of this.
something. Like, what the fuck?
Yo. God.
That's for you.
Yeah, I think we get the idea. But he can claim it's a joke all he wants, right? But it's not a joke when you clearly have a camera that is on recording people. You turning the camera towards people, observing them like you're and considering how he looks, all right, like the way Jeremy looks, right? Let's look, right? Let's take a look. If you saw something like this, and there's even pictures of him like being really tall. He's a really tall dude. Imagine this, right? Walking through the Ren Fair, and he's like creepily turning his camera towards people's direction, showing off, looking at them, observing them, turning the camera specifically in people's direction. That's just weird. I'm sorry. It's weird. And it's probably going to lead to Ren Fairs, at least Ren Fairs run by that whatever company is running that Ren Fair, to overcorrect. And it'll probably have a cascading effect. Other Ren Fairs are going to overcorrect, and they're going to make those changes too. And considering how much attention is going towards the quartering currently, which is a lot, there's a lot. He, I believe, was trending for a good few days, maybe an entire week, maybe even longer. And they'll see it, they'll realize how much of a weirdo he is, or perceive him as a weirdo, and go ahead and make a bunch of draconian rules that'll alter Ren Fairs forever. It's ridiculous. I'm also curious where the Kino Casino Clips channel is at with the review, because apparently Andy Worski said that they are reviewing it. He actually showed a response that they had gotten. But I get the feeling that it's probably not going to come back only because Jeremy's using his wife as a shield to make their takedown look like a legitimate violation. So, again, it's stupid. It absolutely is, but yeah. What's going on here? Okay, yeah, I don't care about that. Alright, I'm gonna run and use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Peggy 18.
You gotta bring the nose up. 7 clicks. We're too far now.
We have crash landed in the Burnell quadrant of Tau Ceti F.
Our only option now is to hold out until the Andromeda arrives.
We have no way to contact the Andromeda or Earth.
Who's there?
Take it slow.
You gotta let me in!
Is that you, Cooper?
Anders.
Why